It's what's hiding behind the bush.
Yes, I'll come back to you, then I'll ask what have we.
Are you ready? Beat.
Go on and see if you can get the beamer. Welcome back to Ruster Road. You'll have to mind the wind noise today. We didn't plan any filming. Quiet day at the auction it was. We weren't coming to buy anything. But, well, I'm getting a bit too excited I have. And I've bought a car. I think I'm going to have to start this as a flipping series just to try and get a bit of money. Camper project's taking a bit of time. We've got Mrs. has been in for a ACL reconstruction on her legs, so we haven't really had the time to look at the van. MG's been on the back burner a bit, that's why you haven't seen her for a while. This is just going to be a short sweet video introducing you to the new car, which I did get excited for. It needs a bit of work, but there's money in this, like, I think, so hopefully we can flip it and get the money back out of it. 1998 Vauxhall Corsa in typical Vauxhall pink, which will soon be red. A few blemishes on it. No bumper corners there, but they'll polish out most of them. A few scabs, but I'll sort them out. Don't want to make a lot of money out of this. It's a bit there to fix just in there, but I'll get that sorted out. Back's nice. 39,000 miles on this, and that shows inside. Dad's just getting some pictures there. Inside's absolutely immaculate. Keep fit windows. Doesn't look like it's ever been sat in there. And it's a similar story on the front. Absolutely immaculate. So needs an MOT. Probably want to service some plugs in and whatnot. They're good clean, they're good going through.
I think the service.
Yeah, that's what I'm just saying. I'm in good service. A nice clean. And there's that 37,000 miles on the clock. Barely even used. So there's our purchase. Stay tuned for what we paid for this, but please drop in the comments what you think we paid and what you would have paid. Needs a bit of work, nothing we cannot do, and hopefully we can make a bit of a profit.
We're looking more at that Clio in the background over there, but we had a quick look around this one on the way around and it came up cheap, so we put a bid in. Only problem is we won it.
Yes, I'll come back to you. No, I won't ask where you run under the sun. Yes, I'll come back to you.
This is done on YouTube, please make it known I am not a detailer.
Well, sometimes you hit unlucky, other times you find a little bit more than you expected. We didn't have a really good look at this, so we should have known.
Press my face to the back, all the pillars that stack and hold up the sun.
we're too far into it now, so lots of cardboard later. We're finally moving on to metal and getting it welded up.
Hold on the sign. Hold on the sign. Hold on the sign.
I think that was 5 days, possibly 6, I can't remember, but it's finally ready for paint. Right, let's have a quick rundown of costs and parts. Right, the back's on its way, all welded up, getting painted up now. Next on the list is air filter, oil filter, fuel filter, spark plugs. We've got new wiper blades. We're going to pop a timing belt kit on, and while we're there we might as well pop the water pump on. And the only thing that wasn't working on the car when we got it, when we've checked it, is the reverse lights. So we've gone for a reverse light switch. We haven't even looked at it yet. But for £11 I thought we'll get that and have an investigate. It's either a wire off or that switch is gone, so we'll check them both. And then we've gone, I don't know if you noticed on the drive home, this side of the car was lower than that side of the car. So we've gone for new shocks and springs for the back. They were really cheap. And since they were so cheap, we've gone for shocks and springs for the front as well. Might as well put them all on, and then we know we're all safe. Really good check over of the brakes, which seemed perfect, but we'll have a check of them anyway. And then I think the car should be ready for MOT. We do have all the oils and the fluids in the shed. They're all going to be renewed as well, possibly pumped through new brake fluid.
To be free, be away, big breath that you can't fake. Once you've begun.
Right, these trims are the next thing to go on. I think I might paint them first. I have seen quite a few people using heat treatment and various other chemicals, and they never come up black again, always come up grey, so I think we're going to paint them. Let's get these springs and shocks changed while we're working at the back end.
Yes, I'll come back to you. Then I'll ask, what have we done under the sun?
There we are, that's sitting a lot better now. Why would you just replace one spring? They're about £11 each. Just busy refitting the trim, and I've missed one hole which I've just marked. Gonna have to drill it out now. Right, let's crack on with this front suspension. Don't think that's meant to be like that. Plenty of plus gas on those. Hopefully they'll release easy. Are you ready? Feet.
Go on and see if you can get the beamer.
What's all the fuss about?
That was the most anticlimactic thing ever.
What's all the fuss about?
Right, your job is figure out special effects in the edit.
Yeah.
I might have created the canny bang if it wasn't in 3 bits.
Yeah.
One over there, 2 there. New shocks, new springs. We'll shop, get it fixed.
Right, that's lovely, that's new shocks and springs fitted on the driver's side. Still got to do the other side. While I was doing that, you can't see a lot, but Jimmy's fitted the air filter, the new plugs, and we now have reverse lights. If I zoom out a bit to give you an idea of where we're going. Just underneath this little lever here, that's where the new reverse light is. New reverse light switch, I should say, which has fixed the problem. It started raining a bit and the British Grand Prix on, so I think I'm going to go and watch that. Hope it's raining down there a little bit as well, make it a bit more interesting, and I'll crack on with this possibly later on, maybe tomorrow.
Yes, I'll come back to you. No, I won't ask where you run under the sun. Yes, I'll come back to you. Then I'll ask, what have we done under the sun?
At last, that's all 4 corners done, but Jimmy did notice something when we were doing the reverse light switch, so it's front bumper up. Going to have to voice over the next little bit, which is a shame because I'm sure there was some pretty interesting swear words in this bit, but somebody forgot to switch the mic on. When we looked at the car, we did check the slam panel. Looks lovely and original, all original rivets in the plates, bolts as you would expect and everything. Had a quick check underneath and this looks all original, nice and straight. That looks very in keeping with the car, apart from the broken clip there, which we didn't notice at the time. And then once we pop up a little bit, the radiator looked absolutely fine. And then we found this. This is what Jamie spotted. How the hell did that happen? It's not gone into the slam panel, it's not gone into the bottom. Radiator's perfect. It's got original number plates on, just can't understand it. Now that we've got that off, I've had a really good check. This bit looks all fine. That's all nice and solid in there. No bends. No damage up there. Radiator's perfect. That's all nice and solid. Not sure that was just a spare plug just sitting down there behind the crash bar. Over onto this side. That looks as if it's bent in a little bit. Might pop a little bit of heat on there and just try and pull that flat a bit. There, same again, pretty much destroyed. Maybe a bit to bend it back into shape if we can't find another one, but I'd much prefer to find a new one or a different one. And then crash bar, obviously, I think that's beyond repair. I'd much rather put a nice straight one in. Just a quick check on the previous MOT history. And as you can see on that one, 2012, slight damage to front bumper. But then in 2013, paint damage to front bumper. I didn't realise that was an advisory. Right, this is what happens when you've got too much time on your hands and you're waiting for parts. No, I reckon back in the day that would have gone back on. Definitely would have gone back on. Well, I think that's about it for this week's video. Next week we'll get the new crash bar on. We've got a new one coming which has got new brackets with it and the actual bar. We'll do timing belt kit and water pump thermostat. And then I think it's ready for MOT. And fingers crossed, everything's fine. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next week, hopefully, with the finish of this one.